The music that's playing now, because of the fact that it's the Valentine's Day thing, is just making me think of fucking... what do you call it? Like, the old, like, Nintendo store music. Or, like, Wii channel music.
Oh, were you in Olda?
Yeah, I was, like, standing up just outside of, like, the quicksand area where it has all the hearts and stuff.
I'm
And
coming,
it's
because I want to
just
see what it looks like.
the worst. You know what? I don't know if we'll need it, but let's throw up the Gaboué anyway.
When is Valentine's Day? Monday?
Yeah, because I got the day off.
Yeah. Wow, they're giving you a bunch of Mondays off.
No, I always have Mondays off. I don't have Tuesday.
Oh, I don't know why my brain... Just stop listening to me. Just do the stream like I'm not here. One second, I'm on my way. I'm just finishing.
I mean, they'll give me any Tuesdays off I want, but I asked for a fucking Saturday.
I really just need to get a second cord.
Yeah, I've offered to buy you one. They're like $15 max.
I'm on my way.
Cause it's like it's like the PS3 or 4 controller, right?
PS4.
Yeah, that's just like a USB. Yeah.
I don't see anywhere. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I'm standing up at the...
I have a cookie in my mouth.
I can hear that.
Oh, it's pretty!
It is a thing. Giveth me Saturn's day off. Yeah, the thing that you get for doing the Valentine's Day quest is a Chocobo outfit where he looks like a postman.
Can we do nothing else but that today?
Do you want to just do you want to not do
Fuck the story! I want a chocobo in a little postman outfit.
I don't know if it will take that long anyway, like...
It's fine, let's do that first. Fuck everything else.
Alright, there we go.
You know how you get me into the game? Cosmetics. Tell me I can dress up my fucking chocobo.
Alright, we'll do that first.
I'm very sad I couldn't stand on top of this.
Is it 8 quests until we hit, like, next area? Alright. I always hit sprint instead of teleport.
I'm a little gay boy.
Yes.
Look at my dress.
Okay. You are in
I really want,
the effeminate
if I can,
attire.
I need to buy the face mask, the little, like, shawl that goes over the mouth. But I can't find it.
Shawl
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Do you mean like those, like, harem masks?
Yeah!
I've only ever seen those on dancers.
Well,
And one type of caster.
Aww.
I mean, you can always spec into a dancer.
No.
But I think that those face masks are all high level unless there's a cosmetic one. 8 quests and 1 hour-long cutscene. Alright, I'm gonna hit the crystal. I'm gonna teleport to Miketo's amphitheater.
Well, 8 quests shouldn't take us that long.
Yeah, you think? Does the cutscene have a thing that says this cutscene will take a while? Like some of those other things I've been told about? It does. Cool. Yes, cool. Okay.
Is it
that
actually
person's
an hour?
name is Vampire Food.
I love that.
It is almost certainly a legitimate hour.
I love it.
There are a lot of scenes later in the game that people have said have a warning saying, like, do not watch this if you're, you know, gonna be short on time. 45 minutes to an hour. Tis the
Ladies,
season of
shut
ardor
up.
and
I just want my
affection,
chocobo.
and romance is thick upon the air. I, Lisette of House Valentien, entreat you, dearest one, to
Fuck
breathe
this
deep
cutscene.
and
Give me the
take
chocobo.
love's richness. It's cloying a rosy radiance into your bosom. Alas, every rose has its thorns.
Harbinger,
Even the fairest of seasons is not without its
Chocobo!
trials. Indeed, trouble is afoot and threatens the hearts of all its realm.
Chocobo! Chocobo!
A fellow of ours, a Moogle well versed in the myriad matters of the heart, has found himself quite quagmire. The sweet thing. Oh, I see Misty's here. Hello. She speaks. His name is Koopka Koop, emissary of penned passions and all such. What?
No one cares. Just get the thing. Get the thing. I want Chocobo. I'm really sorry, guys. Before I sat down, I had like 3 shots of vodka.
Precisely what our suit herald requires oh so desperately. Whoever, if it's still Koji doing the translations, I gotta give this man, like, some credit for hirsute herald. That is crazy. Drunk Rachel? Not quite.
No, I'm very tipsy though.
Read slower? I can't. I have a woman that's, like, angry.
Quick, faster!
If I must.
Skip the cutscene. Let's fucking go. No one cares. There's no story.
Listen, I missed not the Halloween. I missed the Christmas one. So
that's your fault.
Oh, there's actually a real ass cutscene.
Yeah, that's why I said skip the cutscene. Chocobo.
I mean, you can just run ahead. It's fine.
No, because I want to do it with you because I don't know where the Carpenter's Guild is. You think I know how to read this map?
Rachel, I don't know how to read a map. Heart palm? It does have a heart palm.
What the fuck?
Love must be blind and such nonsense left her own devices. I fear will ruin Valentine's Day. Oh, let's do it. Let's ruin it.
I want to...
Oh, that woman is horrifying on close-up.
I'm just... All I have in me is 2 tacos, 3 shots of vodka, and 3 Oreos. I'm ready to fight God. Let's do this.
Well, as luck would have it, that tends to be the plot of a lot of Final Fantasy games.
Mm-hmm. Fight God, fight your childhood friend, you know, whatever.
Sometimes that's the same thing.
Yeah.
What is going on with this?
I've been following... Can I tell you a little story? A little sneak peek? Okay, because it comes full circle to something you and I talk about frequently.
Okay.
On the good old TikTok,
Yeah, on the Chinese surveillance site.
I've been following a lady who does like the weird anime girl thing as their like YouTube thing. And as she plays games. I forget what it's called, but like it animates when she talks, blah blah blah.
VTubers, yeah.
Yeah. So I've been following her, right? Love her stuff. She's really funny, plays like Hades, Dark Souls, like actually good games. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. Didn't realize that she's just a famous voice actress, and she is the voice actress of that anime where the guy makes the girl cosplay.
Oh, so she's the voice actress that they picked for the English dub.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the other yeah, they just announced that English dub. That's brand new.
So yeah, I know. But that's what I'm saying, it comes full circle as we talk about that anime a lot.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, there's no... And then she's like, oh, since you guys were wondering, this is like a bunch of stuff that I've voiced, and she's just in so much shit. And she's just like... and then she was talking about, you're still in this cutscene, oh my god.
I'm actually I'm letting you talk, but I'm reading it, okay?
She, then was talking about how, her dad wanted to see... Because he's like, he doesn't really understand the anime thing, but he's like really proud of her, because she's super successful. And so he wanted to see her VTuber thing. And so he got on, and it's like not like a busty lady, but it's kind of chesty.
They usually have the boobs.
And she was like, do you guys like my necklace? Look at my character's necklace. Right. Look at how, where are we going?
Main 8th right plaza.
she was like, look at my necklace. And then he texted her, he's like, why do you keep having people look at your necklace? It's a very pretty necklace.
Hold on. These Lalafels surrounded by your tiny weirdos that you like.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
That's mildly concerning.
I don't care about anything else other than the fucking chocobo.
Yeah, well, you can see what your chocobo will look like right here next to this naked woman named Dan
Oh
Harmon.
my god! Let's go, let's go, let's go! Do you have to talk to this Moogle?
Anyway, continue on with your story about this VTuber. What's her name? That's a good question.
I know that her YouTube name is Monarch. That's it.
Monarch VTuber. Oh, it's Amelie. Ew. It's Amelie? They got her?
Yeah. I think her voice is fine.
No, I don't like her. She gets she gets into so she does English dubs, quote unquote, of music made by Japanese people, but instead of trying to translate it faithfully, she basically will change entire passages of the song so that way she can sing it, because otherwise the language barrier might make it a bit difficult to turn it into a song.
She might just not be that good at translating.
Well, that's the thing, is she has people do translations for her.
They might not be that good at translating.
No, she's explicitly said, I make the changes because it's better this way. If you don't like the fact that I change lyrics in a cover, then you don't have to listen to it. And it's like, fair enough.
Fair.
And it's just like, okay, but like I still don't like it, so I just don't listen to her covers anymore.
That's fair. I think that's totally fine, but I think she's a fine voice actress. And that's coming from someone who just doesn't like female voice actors.
Also, like, I don't know. I think that, like, if you're a good singer, you can usually be a good voice actor. I think that that's a good, like, carryover.
Yep. You good?
I'm currently talking to this tiny floaty boy. Because I know a lot of VTubers can. I didn't mean to click on that person. Can I get out of here? There's too many people.
Well, thankfully it's Final Fantasy and you can clip through humans.
We have to go to the Botanist's Guild. So we're gonna hit the teleporter again.
I don't have the Botanist Guild.
It's like the far end of the left hand of the map.
Can we go to Old Rugadania together and we run together? You know what? No.
I mean, just go to Miketo's.
Too late.
What did you do?
I don't know.
Oh, hey, there's pasta. Hi. Make Rachel click all the rocks. Fair?
No. Because look, I got there just fine.
Nobody's saying you didn't. We're just saying click the rock. Well, you're there. It's right there. I still stand by, like, my personal decision of the best VTuber that I've encountered insofar is the one who's just a gorilla. Like, didn't even attempt to make a cute anime girl.
There was one that's like a creepy anime lady, and then like she sneezes or coughs or something, and she turns into like this giant spider monster. That one's pretty rad.
There's the one that's the moth VTuber, and she has a Eldritch Horror mode for her moth, but then she also has a chibi moth. It's like, those are the ones where I'm gonna, like, give them a thumbs up of approval, where it's like, you didn't just make a cute anime girl. Congratulations.
If I was skilled, I'd want to do that, but it's like, I also just don't do YouTube ever, so what's the point?
It'd be good for streams. Like, if you were to do, like, an art stream.
Costs too much money.
It does cost money unless you just learn how to do it yourself, which is
I'm not smart.
Which is what people that I follow have done.
I'm not smart enough. How much, like, how, you know me well enough to know, also, I'm running through these since you're reading the things, I'm running through them to get them.
That's what I told you to do.
Yeah, I know. Originally I was trying to be nice, but then I realized you actually care about plot, and I was like, nah, fuck this.
Hi, Basta.
But, again, immediate gratification. I'd be like, oh, it's been 2 days, can't do it, don't care. Please just give me the cute fucking chocobo. Is there any more? Speak with Pokey again.
Patience is a virtue? Yeah, I know.
No. Fuck patience.
I'm so hyper patient about 95% of things that it actually, like, annoys Rachel sometimes.
I'm kind of patient. With some things. I don't care about this human! Oh my god, there's gonna be a turbo. Give me.
I did this last night before I logged out. I'm off to do
Wait,
some
what?
shadow bringing. That's fair.
Oh, we have to do 2 more quests to get a chocobo.
Oh my god, just it's not that bad.
It is.
It isn't.
Shut up.
Ooh, didn't like that. Just had like a floater in my eye.
It's not good.
Nah, they happen.
Is she here? Find who? Okay, at least everything takes place here in the hell that is Limsa Lominsa or whatever the fuck.
At least it takes place here in a place I've just completely misnamed.
Yep.
And like that, they're gone. Floaters suck, yeah. Not ideal.
You dumb whore, take this letter.
Imagine, if you would, that you are a postman who is delivering Valentine's Day letters, and you walk up to a woman who's eagerly expecting a letter from her beloved, and you just take this, you whore.
What? I'd be honored if the postman was able and willing to break character and professionalism.
I'm pretty sure
Oh,
they'd be fired.
Do you want to know something that I was worried was going to get me fired that I did today? And it's one of the reasons I had like a mental breakdown.
Holy shit, they said birthday and not name day. Listen, sometimes regional dialects will get in there. Anyway, you were saying?
Hold on. Stupid cutscene that I'm trying to skip as quickly as possible. Do I have to go find her again?
Yes.
Give me this goddamn chocobo armor. Speak with Helalalala yet again. Okay, so we were talking about there's a maintenance guy at work, very handsome, and or at least like the girl that I work with, Megan, thought so from a distance, right? She was like, "Oh, he looks really handsome," and then he got closer, and she's like, "Oh, he's old. Never mind." And just without flinching, without stuttering, I don't know what came over me. I was like, listen, if the dick's good enough, you ride that grandpa. And I just went, oh my. And I'm like, Megan, I'm so sorry. Megan and Jamie thought it was fucking hilarious. And they're like, no, it's totally cool. But then I look over and I forgot that my boss is sitting beside me. And she's just looking at me with a combination of horror and shock. And she's like, what did you just say? And I'm like, Tanya, I don't feel comfortable repeating that because you're like a mom to me, and I feel really, really bad saying such dirty things in front of my mother. And she's like, you're not in trouble, which is great because the first 30 seconds after I said it, I was like, I'm gonna get fired. This is where I'll get fired. And she was like, I just never expected you to say such things. I'm like, well, you know, welcome to me. Whoops. So yeah, that was the start of me having a mental breakdown at work today. Then Kat had to leave work because her grandmother or her mother rather hasn't been eating, which like cool, but like your mother's also like 98, so like she might just be fucking dying, which fine, traumatic, whatever. But yo, don't leave all your fucking work to me, because all she did was like grab all of her shit, walk back to me, and throw it on my desk. And she's like, yeah, I have to leave. This is your problem to figure out. I was like, oh, okay, cool, I guess. I didn't know how to do half the shit. My computer isn't programmed to do half the shit. So 45 minutes, like every like 45 minutes, Janie had to come and like try to reprogram my computer because they would try to download the software and the software wouldn't work. And then they'd have to download the software again. And then it wouldn't work again. So it's like every little bit we had to try to like take the software off and then download it again. And then the fucking power went out. Or like the fuckers were messing with like breakers or whatever that made the power go out. And so just all of the stuff I was working on vanished, because on this program you can't save your progress. You have to just hope that you can like get through the whole thing and then hit submit. You can't save it. So that was great. Among other things today.
I was asleep all day.
I'm jealous. I wish I was asleep. I no longer care. I got the chocobo. Bye.
The hell of a program is that? Don't worry about it.
It's some like archaic. Tell me when you're done with everything. Because I'm not looking at the screen anymore. It's some archaic thing that we have to use to do recordings for titles. So basically, when a person buys a house and you have to like put the title on record, you can't save anything because there's like social security numbers and all of this other shit. So, and like they're like, oh, since it's quote unquote, you also have a time limit. Like if I left the screen alone and I walked away for longer than 30 minutes, it automatically closes and like gets rid of everything, because it's like, oh, there's social security numbers on here. You shouldn't be like just having this on a screen in the open.
We're supposed to have that, and I can tell you for a fact that that does not work on our computers.
Well, it's really funny because so it wants to do that, right? It wants to be like, oh, big bad scary like social security numbers, bleh. But I have the papers that have the social security. Like, how do you think I put the social security number on the screen? I have the physical papers that I just leave on my desk. It's like there's 5 of us there. Like, we can kind of narrow it down. And there's cameras everywhere. It's like we can narrow it down to who's stealing shit. So it's dumb. But whatever. I don't make the rules. I just work there for not enough pay. Especially because Jamie told us where she's going and how much they're paying her. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? She's like, yeah. She's like, our company is the one who, like, in the region pays their employees the least amount of money for what we do. And I'm like, well, that's some bullshit. Which, like, I don't care because I'm new. You know what I mean? It's like I'm brand new. I'm not expecting to make, like, what Jamie makes, for example. But Jamie is able to... Jamie's going to be making essentially double of what she makes. Plus better health insurance. And for her, who's on, not T, because she's male to female.
Mm.
But, she's like, I can't pay that shit out of pocket.
Or estradiol.
She's like, I can't pay that shit out of pocket. She's like, and my insurance hardly covers anything, and I can't go on, like, the VA, which is, like, the veterans bullshit. She's like, because they take forever, and sometimes they just don't care. I was like, I'm not mad you're leaving. Like, I'm stressed the hell out, but I'm not mad about it. Hell, I'd leave.
I'm sorry. I need to just interject. I asked this earlier when I said, what the hell is this? Like, can we talk about this? Is this a small Ellison, or is this a child? Or, like, are they just intentionally horrifying? Who can say? Child question mark. Great.
No one knows.
It's just like they've been bothering me every time I see them.
I still haven't got the bill for medical, which really sucks. Because it's like, give it to me now. I want to know what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, please don't make me wait to pay this.
Don't ask me to give a person dating advice. This is terrible.
Yeah, don't ask Tyler for dating advice. He called
Ask
me.
for help adapting to his lifestyle. Make clear that you won't compromise who you are. Tell him exactly what concerns you. I mean, Noid's terrible at dating. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I would say to tell them exactly what concerns you.
You're not horrible at dating. You need to find someone who can put up with your bullshit.
Noid has a girlfriend, so by default, better at it than me.
Yeah, let me say though, he didn't want me originally.
Actually, hold up.
He thought I was very annoying at first.
Hold on. I forget. I can never remember because especially COVID has wiped my knowledge of how time works. Like, I don't know how long we've been together anymore.
6 years.
6 years? Okay.
Hold on. Do your thing. I can do reverse math, which is subtraction.
Well, I was just gonna say, if we've been together for like 6 years and I was with my ex for like 3 years, that means that despite being a person that kind of hates relationships and abhors being in a romantic, setting, I have been in a relationship for 1/3 of my life.
I usually go by places that I've lived. So I've lived here with my roommate almost a year. So we'll count it as a half year. So I'll add that to the end. Greece was 2 years. Olean was a year. The hellhole was a year. 6.5 years we've been together. Almost 7.
Yeah, it's like, that's insane.
Yeah. Come June, because usually summertime is when, because I always remember, because when we asked each other, like, hey, do you want to date? It was summertime, because I had the AC on, because I remember turning it up higher.
That's what your brain sinks to, is like, oh yeah, I had to turn the AC up, because man, it was fucking hot in here.
Yeah. Well, no, it's because I was flustered. I was like, I'm gonna turn it up higher. So yeah, we've been together. Come like, I usually say like June is like the next year. So come June, we'll have been together 7 years.
Asses are brain weird. Brains are ass weird. Yeah, sure.
And I'm still here.
I mean, last time I checked my ass, despite also being divided into 2 separate halves, it's not wrinkly. Yet.
No. Mine isn't either. I just have cellulite. Like the little bumps that most people have on their butt.
Speaking of people needing to turn on the air conditioning because they're flustered, this woman is extremely flustered.
Yeah, she is.
Run! Run all the way to another country.
That's my plan.
Ironically, this woman is going to the place that we're currently locked out of.
Mm.
I'm kidding.
Hold on, I gotta look at Cook.
Not actually, but I'm saying that because it's like, this is a woman who's considering becoming of a wealthy, noble sort. I don't believe Gridania actually really has those, like, for real. I don't believe you if you tell me that Gridania has them. She's an elf. She's going to be moving to Ishgard and be racist with her husband. Actually, you know what? No, she can stay in Gridania and be racist. They do that here, too. It's just an elf thing. Grenadia's expats? I hate the term expat so much because it's just a term that people from the United States and Britain and Canada like to use to not call themselves immigrants. Oh, I'm an expatriate. No, you're not. You're a fucking person that moved to Japan, you dumbass. You immigrated to Japan. I was gonna say, this is like the most basic bitch-looking Ellison man, and then I remembered that she's like mildly terrifying to look at. They can't do that, then racism would feel weirder. That's what always confuses me. It's like, people are really mad whenever somebody moves to the United States or Canada or Britain, and they're from a different, like, country. And they're just like, well, how come these people aren't learning our language? How come they're not, you know, meshing into our social structures? And then they move to fucking Hong Kong and refuse to learn how to speak any Chinese. They just hang out with other expats, and it's like, you're doing the exact thing you're complaining about. It's the craziest. It's absolutely nonsense. I think I've watched like a handful of documentaries on people living abroad, and just constantly you will run into like an American dude who's like, yeah, I'm an expat living here in Hong Kong, here's all my friends, and then he shows off all his friends and they're all other white people, and he like doesn't know any Chinese in any sort. He doesn't know how to speak Mandarin or Cantonese. Yes,
I had a friend
it's crazy.
named Josh who he went to Hong Kong and came back 200 pounds lighter with a wife.
That does happen. Yeah.
Because he was like, there's no point in driving because the city is so clustered. So he's like, so you either ride your bike or you walk everywhere. So he lost 200 pounds and got super buff. And then I guess like they're like, oh, look at this Hawaiian man
He's
that's super
emaciated.
Look at this. No, Joshua was huge.
I mean, if you're walking all the time, you're going to at least get into shape.
So he lost like 200 pounds and he's like ripped as hell. And apparently, like, him being not white, but like not Asian was like the women were like, ooh.
If you are in China and they are interested in you, you're probably able to, you know, swing that pretty reliably. And being a Pacific Islander is very strangely, like, it's, I think, I might be speaking out of my ass, so don't quote me on this, but I think it's like there's some part of Asian culture where they're like, they're not white, but Hawaii's a thing. And so they think that it's like the closest thing. So it's fine. Because I do know that I've encountered some genuinely insane racism from Asian people that I knew towards black people, and I was like, why do you hate black people?
Yeah, well, that's why he was like when he first went there, he was really nervous and like really, it's like he didn't leave.
Fantasia, like, and now I feel slow. I miss being small. Were you a Lalafell and now are a now a Rogadine? What happened?
Aww.
I was a potato. You were a Lalafell.
Aww.
Yeah, they look like they're hauling ass, but they just move at the same speed. Wait, if you moved potato to Aura, did you go male Aura or female Aura? Because female Aura, I feel like you're still looking like you haul ass because you're so small. Because I know that Rachel made a female Aura, and then she immediately was like, nope, I'm remaking my character. And it's haunted us for months.
What do you mean?
Because you were on Bryn, and then you couldn't get back on Bryn
It
because
hasn't haunted us, it's haunted you, because I don't care.
Men Aura seem angry always. That's
the perk.
That's the point. Femcats and Femdargs, assuming that's drags, both look like hauling ass. Yeah, true.
I just can't wait for them to give us,
Frothguard ladies.
Yep.
The thing is, in the one image that we have of Hrothgar women as a mural, there are three different body types. So, like, we literally don't know what they could pick.
Are you still in cutscenes?
Yeah, I'm guessing this is the last one, because this is the one where they're like, yeah, you get your Moogle, your post-Moogle attire for your Chocobo.
Okay. Just let me know when you're, like, done, and then we'll continue the story.
You know what? This is actually a nice ending. Where it's like, we're gonna go down the list of concerns I have, and we'll talk about the problems and figure out how the thing is gonna go.
Better than, so, you know Stacy from Old Work?
Yes.
Car dealership? Yeah, she's living with her parents now.
Okay.
Because her, husband said, paying attention to you and worrying about your needs is, I quote, a chore. And she was like, I refuse to be a chore. And so she took her son and she took the cats and she left. Which is really funny because he doesn't have a job because he's going to school full time. And by full time, I mean he does, like, I think, like, 9 to 3. So it's like, you can still obviously work. Like, no offense. I know people are like, oh, I deserve to relax. It's like, yeah, well, when, shit hits the fan, sometimes you just gotta suck it up and work your ass off. Sorry. But,
It's playing, like, really triumphant music for these two people going on a date.
Yeah.
It's like, congrats, you made them fuck.
Well, they might not be fucking.
I mean, they're planning to get married. I hope they are.
Maybe he likes to watch other people fuck his wife.
I mean, usually they still do. Even if
Just
that's
afterwards.
the choice. Also,
Just afterwards.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that that's not the case for this woman. But that's 100% at least one Final Fantasy character. Actually, from what I... This is a weird thing, because it's one of the only pieces of knowledge I know about a potential future villain character. And for some reason, it's the one thing that people have managed to spoil me on. And they're just like, oh yeah, the villain from Stormblood onwards, or one of them anyway, is basically just constantly getting cucked by Wool. Which is the Warrior of Light. Because apparently the guy you fight in Stormblood, all they've told me is he's just combat sexual. He really wants to fight you. But you're like, I have to do other things. And he's like, no, but I want to fight you, though. And so it's like, okay, that's got me excited for Stormblood. What has me excited right now for Heavensward is racism and dragons. And then I've been told nothing but Shadowbringers has Emmett in it. And that's the only character that I remember from back before I cared about spoilers for this game. NTR. Just NTR, the boss of Final Fantasy. You get to make him watch you fight all the other cool people. This is such a weird cutscene. Everybody in it's really ugly. Like, uglier than any of the other seasonal NPCs so far. Okay. I've gained the worst achievement name of all time. There we go. I have the post-Moogle barding. Alright, here's the question. I think that whole race is kind of ugly. No, Elezen are fine. We've seen some really cool looking Elezen out there. The problem is a lot of people just don't make good looking Elezen. Does Mario simp for Peach? I don't think it's...
In my opinion, Bowser and Peach are together, so...
I don't think it's simping if every single time anybody remotely comes near her, she screams Mario. I think it's like a damsel in distress kink. And that everybody else is just helping facilitate it. Because she gets kidnapped too often.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's just like, alright, you're gonna kidnap her, and then I'm gonna beat you up, and I'm gonna be a big strong man, and then take her back. And then see you next Tuesday? Yeah, sure. Fun fact, that's a real service that you can purchase. There is a service on the internet where you can hire a man to come and fight you and lose so you can impress your girlfriend. But, like, a better way to do that is to just not get into fights. Or alternatively, just be a crazy person. That works. Apparently consistently. Internet offers many weird services. Yeah, you can pay for a service to just straight up kidnap you.
Mm-hmm.
Like ERP in Limsa. Dude, ERP in Limsa isn't nearly as bad as ERP in Balmung, where you turn a corner and there's just people going at it in a staircase.
It's pretty hilarious, I'm not gonna lie.
It's very funny. And, like, one of those things where it's like, it's cringe, but it's not a cringe that I'm gonna tell people not to do.
It's like, they're not hurting anybody.
So I have a question for you right now.
What?
We have 2 story quests running side by side.
Yeah.
Do you want to help a large gentleman who is here in Gridania, not here, but like in the country, or do you want to go help a tiny girl, a potato, learn how to use magic?
I really don't care, so I'm gonna let you decide on this one.
Dude, huge gentleman is goated. What the fuck kind of sentence did I just read? Alright, we'll do that first, and then we'll do Tataru later. I'm gonna teleport us to Camp Tranquil. Huge gentleman goat. There is a person that stands in,
Misty, what are you talking about?
What?
Misty whispered me, and I'm not really sure what he's talking about, but okay, Misty, have fun. Give me 1 second.
What did it say? If it was important.
Just something about armor dying, and then he's like, never mind, I found one.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Yeah. I'm just gonna talk to the person anyway. At last the Scion's man deigns to grace me with his presence. A pity that we have no time for pleasantries. Hey, Tucker. You know what? Give me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna do something very briefly.
Oh, I'm a gummy bear. Yes, I'm a gummy bear. Oh my god!
Oh my god? Oh, right. You can change your thingy now. Make them a postman.
Wait, how? Hold on. How? I always forget how to change.
I don't care about your boobus. I care about this mask that you have on that. What is that mask? Can I get that for my edgy chocobo? Okay, so have you eaten the chocobo armor in your inventory?
Oh yeah. I gotta do that first.
Companion menu? Yeah. We're just making sure she's eaten the armor first. Hey, just because you're this is probably your first time hanging out here and seeing this, I would just like to direct you to the fact that I am level 76 and have not entered Heavensward. I say this to everybody that shows up. I say this every couple of weeks.
Is
It's
someone
just
new
very
here?
funny. No, look at Skype. But yeah, no, it's just very funny.
Wait.
Skype, we have Skype for a couple of reasons. I have it because my mom still uses it.
Oh my god.
But also Rachel and I use Skype because it will automatically answer if you set a certain setting a certain way. And so if we're like video calling one another and the call dies, we can actually still just like pick up the call again.
I'm going because your character's freaking the fuck out and it's getting annoying.
That was intentional.
That was awful.
Yeah, I literally what it is like every day or so I will do the dailies and just I'm slowly approaching max. And the current bet is whether or not I will hit 90 before we hit Stormblood. Once I finish calibrating my instruments, I will require but a moment to take necessary measurements. I heard that combat start. Please stand at the appropriate distance and keep watch for the wild beasts. Zap. Zap. Well, okay. Max Dragoon before I hit Shadowbringers, and then I had level Reaper, so I didn't waste the MSQ XP. Yeah, I'm like, what do I do when I hit Heaven's Ward? Do I just level Red Mage or something? Completed our respective tasks as a satisfactory outcome. Though if I make one suggestion, might try to dispatch your foes more quietly in the future. Not like to pick fault. Really must be allowed to concentrate. I don't like you.
I was gonna say, that's an odd way to say thank you.
Hey, you did your job, but like, shut the fuck up. Also, your response is just very good. That's about what I expected, honestly.
I'm not exactly happy. But whatever.
Right about here, yes. As before, I would ask you keep an eye out for dangerous beasts as I work. It's, some dangerous beasts, I tell you what.
I didn't know that I could do that.
What?
Zoom?
It's like a new power that you've achieved because you have level 80 character.
Like, even with the other one who I cheated with, I never knew that Zoom was an option.
Because you always play areas that are level gated. These are not what I expected. Perhaps it should come as no surprise. I am not given to superstition, but there is a queer, almost blasphemous air here. Let us quit this place and return to Roots Lake. Man, it's really gay here. You look over, there's just a bunch of people celebrating Pride. How heretical.
I mean, it's really gay here. Looks over at the two characters we've made canonically gay.
Zoom? I'm there. Those are both good responses. Zoom is Rachel talking about the tank ability that allows you to jump into enemies.
Oh my god, we get to stand guard again!
As before, my guardian, pray leave me to my task to ensure our safety. Cool. Oh, that aggroed all of them. Magic. Oh, hey.
Alright.
You guys gonna aggro? Or... Yeah, okay, cool. I'm just waiting for them to go close to you so I can just, like, cast AoEs.
Good job.
Hey, dude. This data should prove invaluable to sniff, ye gods. What is that stench? Did you slaughter a creep of adamantoids as well? My back was turned.
It's
Quickly
the
now
stench
to
of
Camp
you being a
Tranquil.
little bitch.
It is.
That
This...
stench is you being a bitch.
Remember how Moon Burrito was also a nerd, but she was like, I'll fucking kill you? Like, why are the rest of you not like this? I can't get over that it's like...
Hope,
oh, sorry, go on.
I really hope, because they said there were 8 quests left, I hope, like...
I'm
did
assuming
that
it's
count
8
as one?
names of quests.
So we might not get done tonight, actually.
Probably. Oh, definitely not. Yours is ambient aether concentration since the calamity. However, this data is far from conclusive. Let's make additional measurements to confirm my assessment. Okay, that's one done. The least among us. Among us.
Well, no,
Among
because
us.
that's a
7.
different name. You know,
7.
like
We're at 7.
yeah, we might be able to get this done by like 9.
For our next survey, would have you escort me to Earth's fount. The ambient aether concentrations there are so high that crystalline structures form spontaneously. Consequently, anomalous fluctuations should be much easier to detect. Brilliant, yes? No, don't bother answering that. It was rhetorical. Now come along. I wasn't going to answer you anyway. If anything, I'm going to hit you in the head with my staff.
Bonk.
Get sent to horny jail. Amogus? Yeah, exactly. Amogus. Rachel, did you ever watch or play The Wolf Among Us?
No.
The Telltale game?
No, because I don't like the way it looks.
So they're like, hey, here's a sequel. And I'm like, okay. And honestly, not a huge fan of that series. I watched the Super Best Friends play it, and it was okay. But what really shook me was they had a fucking song by the Proto Men playing in it. And I'm like, this is a Mega Man fan song playing in a video game. So that's really weird. But then I was like, wait, when did that song come out? That seems weird that that's on here. And I'm like, oh man, that song came out almost 10 years ago. More than familiar with the procedure by now. Pray find a suitable position. Keep watch. Yep.
Hey, guess where we have to go to?
Among Us.
You'll never guess.
I don't know.
Fucking Minfilia.
Oh, of course. Something else, something else. Is this man gonna just get killed by Odin?
Something
Else.
something.
Scion, come here. I need you. Oh, that is a dead member of Alphino's shitty little legion. Wait, is that my buddy? Well, it's a blonde guy.
I'm going to go to the Revenant's Toll. I'm going to get that quest, and then you let me know when you also have the quest.
Oh, there was some fucking shit going on in the background. There you are, Nid. Hori and I worried when you and your charge failed to return at the appointed hour. It's been like 4 seconds. What are you talking about? Wait, we actually got Among Us, though. Like, I'm glossing over the fact that I made the Among Us joke, and, like, then a guy actually did get murdered. Nary a mark on his sword or shield. Heard nothing of any Crystal Brave operations in the area. What cause had Wilbur to come here? What should we do? We will see to the scholar's protection, Nid.
Thanks,
Boy's remains, you
Minophilia.
should return to the Rising Stones. The antecedent will want to know what happened here.
Taru, we gotta talk to Tataru.
Yeah, that's the next quest.
Tataru.
Ilbert is real sus. I've literally nonstop ever since he showed up been going, I don't like Ilbert. Ilbert seems like he's evil or something. And
When you get the Tataru thingy where it's like, please go talk to Tataru at the guild, step back into the tavern so we can teleport together.
yeah, I'm going to Mordona off of your teleport from before, so there we go.
Well, there you go. I'm gonna be out of the screen, so let me know when you're doing the thing.
But the response that I've received from going, Ilbert is like a creepy dude, has been Tucker going, yeah, Ilbert's pretty creepy, and Easy going, is that because he's dark-skinned? Like, it's like, Easy, just because you're brown and this man is brown does not mean that it's a race issue. Like, he's just a piece of shit.
Sometimes people are just creepy.
I do think it's really funny that it's
very
like...
racist of Easy to think that everything is racist for you.
Well, I was gonna say, I do think it's funny that we're like this many years out from that fucking stream of dark and Noid is secretly racist is still a joke. Like, that fucking homeless man episode just destroyed my life. Escorts, blah blah blah. Wilred dead, mayhap murdered by the 12, how can that be? I will send word to Elfino at once. He want to conduct a full investigation and send word to Wilred's family. He was just a boy. Who would do this and why? I don't know, but I'll take the money.
Who would do this to just a boy? I don't know. You're sending an actual boy to war. We have a boy that's in control of an army.
Who would do this to a boy? Minfilia, you have literally 2 children who work with you. One of them is technically a military leader right now, which seems like a bad idea. Alright.
Are you teleporting?
Yeah. I almost have 4 million gil. Okay, I was listening to the fucking stuff where people talk about crazy shit that happens in the video games.
Yeah.
And one person was like, oh yeah, this one lady at our fucking brothel charges people like 20 million gil regularly. And I'm like...
I mean, it better be, like, good RP.
It's like, you better be like... signing an exclusive contract for that person for like a month. That's insane. I did hear that one person agreed to marry somebody in game for 100 million gil. And like in my brain, all I can say is like, how, like, how much gil you got that you can throw that out there?
I didn't realize that I could have teleported.
Yeah, I walked, but I figured, like, I'm having a discussion.
You're ahead of me!
I am. Old player shaves lots? I mean, do they? I don't shave a lot.
Wait, I don't know where I am.
You gotta go down. There's a downstairs.
Thanks.
Tataru. Nid, what are you doing here? I got a helmet on. Didn't mean for her to worry. It's the last thing I wanted. Putting an end to such worries is precisely the reason I'm here, don't you see? I, Tataru, shall become a great and powerful arcanist. And now, at Mistress Thurgeim's behest, I must go and complete a special training exercise until we meet again. Yeah, it's wild to me that the leader of the mage group in fucking Limsa is just a Rogadine woman. I don't know why, but it's just like, I am a Rogadine mage, and yet even in my brain, there's still that, like, racial thing of, like, Rogadines are kind of dumb usually, right? Gestures towards Merlwyb solving every single problem with a gun. The fucking post I saw on the Final Fantasy Reddit that's just like, why would they summon Titan? Shoots them. That's just her, though? I mean, is it just her, or is it a lot of Limsa? Because they seem to be completely content, constantly getting into race wars. Oh, it's because a lot of Rower Guildmasters. I guess this is like their town, right? Already noticed. I fear young Tataru's potential is somewhat lacking. Nevertheless, she would not be denied and goes now to undertake her first trial, a simulated inspection of 3 crates, a simple task, some might say, but one all Arcanists are expected to complete. A thought occurs to me, why not assist Tataru with her training, given your relationship with the girl and your growing understanding of Arcanima. God, that word. You may prove to be a great help to her. Trial will be conducted at the cliffs south of Zephyrgate. There is a cutscene I watched the other day that you'll like when you get there, since it's basically going Limsa blah blah and the other person, yeah, what about the kobolds you killed and stole the land of though? Alright, Zephyrgate. Teleport.
I don't have...
Well, that's a shame. I'll walk out, and then you'll be able to see me on the map. That's why you gotta touch the rock candies. I'm basically on the far end of the map from you.
There are many far ends of the map, babe.
Completely to the right. You've got another 2 years since you get there, though. It's the end of Stormblood. That's fair. Don't worry, just think about it this way. At the rate that we play with Rachel, we'll never run out of expansions.
You know, I know you think it's funny, but every time you say it, I do feel really bad.
Well, don't feel bad.
Too bad, I do. Wait, are you in the airship or the drowning wench?
No, none of those. Go completely all the way to the right. Hi.
Well, then why is it telling me to go? Alright. Whatever. Let's go. I really just don't care anymore at all.
Ugh.
Where are you going?
I wanted to keep moving for a minute.
No, I think that you didn't realize it was here.
Well, I've actually done this quest before, so I was like, is it going to be different or no?
How have you done this quest before?
Because I've run the Arcanist quest, and they make you do the crates. So I've done what Tataru's doing. Yeah, this is an actual Arcanist quest, yeah.
Hi!
Oh god, she's singing. I'm not going to sing this. It's fun that they're making her do the real quest. Yeah, I like that they did tie that in. Dude, the fact that carbuncles are always so jittery freaks me out a little bit. But then again, we do have this rat. I mean, even if she's not a great Arcanist, the fact that she can summon a carbuncle is at least good, right? Oh, well, it did run away, so it's not listening to her. Dude, that thing's hauling ass. So much so that it left the zone. It's a lot of creatures. Bye, fucker.
Oh my god!
Yeah, there is a Gabue.
Wait.
Have you heard the thing about that carbuncle? I should have known, blah, blah.
I'm skipping this cutscene, I don't really care.
Need to say a word, your face says it all. I know you bore witness to my shame. Betrayed by my own carbuncle and left at the mercy of wild beasts, I must accept the truth. I'll never be a warrior like you and the others.
I gave it one shot, and then I'm gonna give up.
My intention to withdraw from the guild Arcanima, like so much else, is beyond me. But don't you, like, run the Scions, basically? Like...
No, I support realizing that you're talentless, and you're like, no, I'm just not gonna do this. Like, right,
no, but I mean, like... It's like, isn't her family rich and bankrolling the Scions, and, like... She handles the reception and all the information gathering, and, like, she's important. She's a master accountant. There you go. Like, it's not like she's not, like, helpful. Plus, like, didn't she juggle, like, knives and shit? Like, are you telling me that she wouldn't have better luck as, like, a rogue? Yeah, accountant and information gatherer. So, like, is this not just the ideal character to suggest maybe go to the Rogues Guild? Like... Jesus Christ. Alright, we gotta go back and speak to Thubergeim.
I refuse to walk.
I mean, that's fair enough, I suppose. Rogue Tataru would rule, actually. Yeah, like, not even ninja. Just rogue.
We don't talk about Bruno.
I do like the idea of her just being like, goes invisible, listens to conversations.
7-foot frame.
Yeah.
Rats along his back. When he calls your name.
Bye, Misty. Bye, Misty.
All fades to black. When he sees your dreams and feasts on your screams. Banana. We don't talk about Bruno.
Yeah.
No.
Do you know who the Iron Sheik is?
No.
He's an old school wrestle boy. And he recently tweeted, like, if I hear we don't talk about Bruno one more time, I'm gonna snap somebody's neck. Like, he's just mad about it.
Tataru, I don't care. Bye, Misty. Bye, Misty.
Abysmally,
Oh,
Mr.
I'm
Begum,
sorry.
abysmally, as Nid will testify. I was wrong to become an Arcanist, wrong as usual, and completely, utterly unqualified. Sincerely apologize for wasting your time. Tataru, if that were true, I would not permit you to join in the first place. We must all come to accept our limitations, lest our ambitions lead us astray. However, we must not lose sight of our strengths in the process. For example, your exceptional skill with numbers helped you gain a solid grasp of the fundamentals of Arcanima. Were it not so, you have struggled even to summon a carbuncle to your side. In my opinion, the Silents are truly fortunate to have such a capable and good-natured receptionist in their service. Would you not agree? Yeah? Could not overcome this challenge. I shall take your words to heart and try not to be discouraged. Again, you can juggle, like, a knife, a hatchet, etc. Just throw knives at people. Like, you figured it out.
Echo?
As fetching as these garments are, I fear I shall never don them again. But I can't go back to the Rising Stones without something to show for my time away.
I feel very dumb.
Why?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Hair.
Costa del Sol, we shall go.
Blue
It's a bit of a gamble,
spirit.
but I'm confident it will pay off.
Blue spirit. Blue spirit.
Did you get the Sylvan Crystal items?
I'm trying to listen. I didn't pay attention to what Misty gave me. I just accepted it.
If it was stronger gear than what you have.
Wait, did not realize I will be back. Misty, why? Are you gonna be back? Okay, hold on. Helm. Okay, alright. I just gotta find it. I have a lot of armor, okay? Give me a minute. Oh, he's giving me pink armor. That's very good. Thank you, Misty.
I don't understand the new, and this is directed at Tucker and Pasta. I don't understand the Warhammer sub-assembly kit, where it has the thing for you to stick the heads on, so that way you can paint the heads separate. I've looked at them, and I don't get it. Because it's like a little nubbin. And is it like... Am I supposed to screw holes in them and then stick the nubbin into the hole? It's blue spirit gear except the legs. Those are twin silk slops. Not seeing whatever this is. Okay, hold up. That little delay was me switching to browser view. So it's this thingy. Right here.
I like it, Misty. Thanks.
And like, they come like this. And I don't get it. Like how it stick in there. You see what I'm saying?
We don't talk about it.
And like, I guess I gotta watch like a YouTube video on how it works. Because I've got zero fucking clue, dude.
That's why I said thank you, Misty. It was very hard to find like things I could dye pink and then still have the silver trim. So thank you. It'll go with my pink sword. You were very welcome. Huh.
Aw.
Yeah, he sees your dreams and feasts on your screams. I'm ready whenever you are. I'm waiting for you.
I'm just gonna teleport to Costa del Sol.
I'm waiting on you.
I was waiting for you to get done with whatever you were doing with Misty.
Ming, I could sing Surface Pressure instead. Which one do you guys prefer? Can't say neither.
Shit. She's got a different little outfit on.
Okay, I like this Tataru. She's cute.
Yes, this is it. This is where the man at the Drowning Wench told me to look. There's a certain variety of clam which can be harvested this time of year in Bloodshore, one which produces most marvelous pearls. However, these clams also coveted by certain wild creatures, and since I fared rather poorly in battle last time, let us be off. Sing the
She's so
Axolotl song.
cute. Axolotl. Yeah, I really like the waddle.
Yo, this thing's fucking rad, though.
Oh, I don't like him. Axolotl. Yeah, I really like the
What fortune? I've already found one. Would you be so kind as to keep watch while I work? Okay. And there's gonna be 2 of these things kicking around.
Yeah.
Alright, let's zap it with some lightning.
Oh, hey, you know what's funny? I was literally watching the other one. So I was like, why am I attacking it in the hell's
Dude, this thing,
going down?
I'm blowing this thing out.
Bye.
If I attack that one, will it even hurt it?
No, it doesn't. Which is why I was like, why is the health not going down?
I think that did. Not enough MP. Hold on.
No, because it's purple. I usually, if it's
No,
purple,
it hurts it.
Sure the other person just isn't hurting it?
I'm throwing out casts and it's doing a little bit of damage. I'm not going to help them kill it anymore, though. Get me in this cutscene. Well fought, Nid. Well fought. I knew I was right to ask you to come. As for me, I have my prize, a bounty of blood pearls. So named for their reddish hue. They were treasured as wards against dark magics in ancient times. I thought I might make charms for everyone so that no matter where they go, they will always come home.
Oh! Oh!
It's sort of the power to defend myself and other... It's sort of the power to defend myself and other people, in a way. Right. Well, I mustn't keep Fleming... I can never pronounce her name right. Fleming? Whatever. Waiting, there's work to be done, and lots of it. See, Tataru is a good potato. They're like the one good potato so far. And I guess the thaumaturges are okay once they start letting Coco Bussy be in the party.
I think we have to... I'll let you done when you're done with Benephilia, because her next quest is, it's red. I can't do it.
Oh.
It's red with a key.
Oh. Sound rather final, didn't it? How about until we meet again? Bye! You and your little swimsuit.
So we might have to figure out why it's red for me.
Might need to do that last Crystal Tower quest.
No!
Oh, yeah, because there was one, like, Crystal Tower thing that we just never, like, finished because it's just talking to people. We did Crystal Tower already, so...
We'll see. I mean, it'll see if it's red for... Cause did you do that? Did you do the talking or no?
It's just more cutscenes. There's no more raid.
No. I'm asking, did you already do it?
No.
Okay. We'll see if it's red for you. Because if it's red for you, then yeah, we'll have to go do that. If not, then...
Also, here, I'm posting it in the model chat. Like, explain America.
How is this Kansas?
I'm gonna send you something really quickly, by the way.
This is not Arkansas. America, explain.
Look at this guy's hobby room.
Yeah, I would love it if we could make yours look like that.
It has plants.
I would love it if we can make yours look like that. Look at the organization.
It has plants.
I'm more happy about the organization.
I mean, I would love organization.
Oh
I personally adore organizing things.
Axolotl.
13 question mark Kappa. I would love Organization 13. I mean, I liked Organization 13 when it was Kingdom Hearts 2.
I'm gonna run out, so then we can
I'd love
teleport
to
to
be
do whatever.
Xehanort.
Because I think I'll let you take us where we need to go.
Welcome
If
home,
you're
Nid. I gather you
thing is
found
dread.
Tataru in Limbs of the Minsa. If the quest is like here in this area, if we do need to do that one.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts on Switch. Here's the thing. I'm always considered getting Kingdom Hearts on PC, but like I just don't. I don't have the patience.
Wait, is Kingdom Hearts on Switch?
Don't play it on Switch.
Oh.
It's really bad. It's also like Kingdom Hearts 3.
You're talking to someone who played The Witcher on the
No,
Switch.
it's worse. Like
How?
The Witcher runs on Switch. The Kingdom Hearts version is like the cloud version, which means that it's running most of its processes off of your system, like it's doing it somewhere else and sending it to your Switch.
Oh.
Like, if you wanted it, just get it on your computer. No doubt you have other matters to attend to, have already imposed upon you so much. Pray take some time for yourself. I dare say you have more than earned a respite. After all, we'll be most busy with preparations as a banquet draws near. Should other adventurers summon you elsewhere, perhaps now is the time to heed their call. Okay. Yep, it's red for me, so we gotta do that one last Crystal Tower quest.
Okay.
6+.
I'll let you lead the way. I'll probably, whenever 9 o'clock is, no matter where we are, I'm probably gonna call it a night. Because I have other things I would like to do tonight.
Okay, fair enough.
And by other things, I mean I want to lay down.
Again, okay, fair enough. The Light of Hope. I believe that's the one in question.
Hopefully I have it. Oh yeah, the Light of Hope. I just want the little dancer mask, man. Without being a dancer.
I don't know how easily that could be attained.
You can't get it without being a dancer. At least from what I've looked into. Misty, stop it!
Is Misty trying to gift you things again?
No. Oh wait, do we have to... Wait.
Que?
Oh, we can't fly!
No. This is that special zone, remember? What in the world was Grahatia thinking, demanding we leave the tower? No doubt you want to know why. I wish I knew that myself. Of course, he would tell me nothing, but he won't be honest with you, sir.
Skipping.
I am certain of it. Grahatia, what are you doing? Go no further, my friends. The doors will be closing ere long.
Misty!
So you are of a mind to seal the tower, Graha.
Misty!
I know time is of the essence, but I ask as a
Thanks.
hint of your plan, please come and discuss this. No, my
Thank you,
apologies,
Misty.
but I cannot. Come, man, what is this nonsense? If aught is amiss, surely we can help.
Yeah, he really likes to waddle.
Not this time, my friend. Just as Une and Doga fulfilled their destiny, so too must I fulfill mine. My blood has awakened me to this fact. As my father told me, the truth has always lain with Alec, or rather, there was the wish I must grant people was born. Bleh. I'm trying to not hiccup right now.
He really likes to waddle. He's my little XIV.
Not all the world perished in Zandy's calamity. Survivors stood amidst the ruins of Aleg, looking to the Crystal Tower, but it was nowhere to be seen. What? They hoped its spires would again dominate the land and prayed the Crystal Tower would be a beacon of hope to everyone. Word of this soon reached the only member of Aleg's royalty to outlive the Empire, the Princess Selena. Selena was moved by the people's dearest wish. She used the very best of Aleg's technology to give her blood and memories to he whom she trusted most. The man was my forebearer.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
For millennia, we waited. Aleg's art and ingenuity faded. Our royal blood grew thin. But before the last drop could vanish from the realm, the memory of all this returned to me. And now I must fulfill the wish of the ancients. The tower will shine forth as a new beacon of hope. Crystal Tower's strength poses too great a threat for Eorzea now. We need technology as advanced as Aleg's to use it correctly. As things stand, we barely understand the tower's workings. Hells, we may never fully comprehend them. Tis as you say, Sid. We could wait. Oh, that just skipped itself for some reason. Yeah, Sid, we could wait. Who cares? Don't worry about it. What if we do as Amon did, and put the tower into a deep sleep? You cannot mean that. Dead serious, Sid, the tower may only be used once men rival the Allegans in knowledge. I will slumber within Circus Tower. Until then, to greet those with the means to open the gates. Then I will guide them. And thus will the tower shine forth as a beacon of hope it was meant to be. 'Tis the only way to make the wishes of the ancients come true.
Hey, we can do the quest now.
The future is where my destiny awaits. But yours lies outside of these doors. Go create a future where hope reigns, and the tragedies of the past are but memories. No one but you can accomplish such things.
Let me know
Nothing you would say will
when
make you
you've
change your
accepted
mind.
Minfliu's quest. I'm standing outside.
Will do.
Speak with Menfilia on the Royal Promenade.
Onwards to a brighter future. Won't be easy, of course, but that's exactly why we'll do it. We'll catch up with Aleg. Just you wait. We'll cover all the lost ground before you even know it.
Shut up.
Well said, Wedge. It'll be only a few years before we come knocking, Graha. Then you're in for a rude awakening.
You ever, watch a cat turn into a croissant and you just think the world is perfect?
No.
Well, that's happening to me right now.
Pray keep alive our successes and forgive us our failures, and we may meet again, my friend. 12 keep till then. I look forward to learning of your exploits. And you, Nid, I know history will remember you. No doubt your heroism will be the star by which I chart my course when I awake. Recalling so much has put me in the mood for sleep. Farewell, my friends. I eagerly await a future born of your courage and the ancient's wish. He'll be back. You don't create a custom anime boy who originally had heterochromia and then give him glowing red eyes and never use that character again. He'll be back.
If you say so. Oh, my body.
He's too much of a shonen character, talking about friends and all that stuff. They'll bring him back.
Ooh, the dog is not happy.
He's too shonen jump, kinda. I mean, that dog is not happy often, correct?
I really hope someone's not trying to break in. That's like my first thought whenever
It's almost like you've experienced trauma. Oh, fucking Char's still here. Crystal Tower slumbers again, then. 'Tis too quiet for my taste.
Oh, my body.
Goodbye, Sid. I must put all this at my back. Possibility beckons, and I am bound to follow. A new dawn has come for me.
Something, something, Age of the Jaguar, because I remember that being a quote, I just don't remember from what.
I heard that beeping.
What beeping?
In the game. It'd be cool if they brought Graha back. I think he'll be back. He's too anime boy. Like, he's too much of an anime boy. I'm gonna keep notes on, like, all of my predictions in this game and see what happens.
See if you're correct.
Yeah. Misty updated the counter from 6+ to 6.
Very good.
Because here's the thing. I wasn't expecting them to bring Char back. But he's here. And so now, unless I see a body, that character is probably coming back. Just miss Sid Nid. Oh, that reads weird. Much that needs his attention if he is to fulfill Graha's wishes. This is not the end of Noah. No matter how lonely Saints, I can never pronounce that, find has become our friend's departure, must all walk different directions now. Remember that we labor for a brighter future, lit by Graha's beacon. Sealing the Crystal Tower was but the final step. Farewell, my friend. May our paths cross again. I've thrown out so many of those catalysts. May have miscounted. I think you might actually be at 4. I hate this. Yeah, by speaking with Sele Saints Connacht, you can find and accept a quest that allows you to trade items obtained by repeating Crystal Tower. It's sweet. Now I don't have to throw them out, so that way they can actually be useful in my inventory. Main scenario quest is now available with Minfilia. Cool. But I hardly know. Oh my god. Oh my god. The fucking puns. Alright, well, that's another quest I'm gonna have to go back and do now. I really like Koji just going in with all the puns on everything. It's kind of wild. How does New Game Plus work? Because I keep getting stuff where it's like, New Game Plus has been added, and I'm like, what? You're red. Because you're a red mage, I see. It just works. You can replay the story, but no XP.
It's dumb.
Okay.
The story's the worst part.
I'm sure a lot of people legitimately think that.
I do.
It's to stop people from spamming it to level up. I mean, that makes sense, but still. Do you achieve money? Yeah. Oh, alright. Though recent events weighs heavily on our minds, we must needs set them aside for now. Minfilia. I'm so sorry, but like, you still mean nothing to me. We are come to a defining moment in Yorzian history. The grand commemoration of our joint defense of Ishgard, the first time in 15 long years that our people have stood side by side with our neighbors to the north in a fight in common cause. Minf does little to nothing in AR. Oh, a femboy fairy? Did you encounter a femboy fairy in the later game, Pasta? Is Rachel going to have to draw a boy? It should at the very least serve to bring our nations closer together.
I do like boys.
We have every reason to raise our voices in celebration, do we not? We have bested Dravinians and Ascians both against desperate odds. We have fought and won. The Primal's still a plague. It skipped again. What is going on? Is my mouse doing that thing where it double clicks? I'm like losing dialogue here. Oh yeah, we did lose Moonbrita, and then literally like 15 minutes after Moonbrita died, Rachel was just sending me pictures of her pegging Urianger.
Best part of the stream.
This is the victory we have wrought. It is bitter ashes in my mouth. I would sooner stay here and invite those with more appetite to enjoy the feast in my stead. Alas, it is a royal banquet, and all of our allies will be in attendance. It is our duty to present a united front that we might serve as a beacon of hope to all. Moon breeder with her moon eggs. It seems I have no choice but to take my own advice. I instructed the others to meet us in Nilda, that we might make our grand entrance together. Unfortunately, I had to settle for leaving Tataru and Laman a note. If they do not return quickly, they will have to settle for whatever leftovers I can smuggle out of the fragrant chamber. Wait, why do you have to leave them a note? You guys have cell phones. Like, you've got the earpiece. After the big soiree, Nid, raise a glass for me, or not. You don't look best pleased. Something on your mind? Those are emergencies only? By the Navigator, Wheelwood's dead. Gods damn it. They must know they've been rumbled. I mean, sod it, 'tis past the time we had this talk. After our last conversation, I got to thinking about where certain funds were coming from. So I had to dig around on the quiet like, and sure enough I found it. Seems a fair bit of coins made its way into the Braves' coffers courtesy of Dodo Consortium, A daft name for a business if I've ever heard one. Which is what first gave me an inkling that something weren't right. Looks like we've been rumbled. You gotta rustle the jimmies, you know. I went through the ledgers again, found another half-dozen donations from organizations with stupid bloody names. Didn't take long to figure out the common thread. They were all owned by the Mirage Trust. I'm sorry, are we actually just dealing with shell companies funding a paramilitary corporation? I'll give the bastard credit. He showed us for the amateurs we are. Short of calling one of his businesses Bloody Bribery Consortium. I don't know what he could have done to mock our rules on financial contributions. The gods only know how many men of the first and third are taken to Legi's coin. And now we know some of them are. I'd wager my right eye they're the ones that did for Wilfred.
Only the right one, though.
He only has the right one.
Only the right one.
The earnest young fool had taken to asking the wrong kind of questions, bound to attract attention. Should have seen it at the time, but I didn't. Gods damn me. Still, I don't see what Telegi hopes to accomplish. He hid his scheme with all the care of a drunk pissin' in the wind. No, he's cleverer than that. Well, that's the point, right? He's bankrolling you guys, and he's creating fall guys. He's making you guys look corrupt. And if he makes you look corrupt, because we know that he was involved with the attempted coup that was happening in the city with the refugees, then he can probably use the Crystal Braves and Alphino's little army to cause a problem to affect the monarchy, because he's a monetarist. He wants to take over. And he wants all that elegant tech. Purge every one of them traitorous bastards from our ranks. Now you have my word. You can't. There's two whole factions within you that are corrupt already. Heading into a storm, I can smell it. The kind what'll sweep a man overboard and drag him under, for he knows it. Alright, time to go to the Royal Promenade.
Alright, I'm gonna check that. Are you coming out and teleporting, or just teleporting?
I was coming out.
Okay.
Do you want to just return, or do you want to...
We'll return.
Alright.
I crave something to drink.
Violence?
No. When we're done streaming, I'm gonna get some water.
Violence?
So something kind of gross that happens, because my hair is so short and I put the gel in it. Sometimes, if I've had headsets on,
Yeah.
it turns my head into a helmet.
Okay.
Hair's crispy.
Fair enough.
Where did you go? The chamber rule?
Yeah, we gotta go to the chamber. The chamber.
Hi, friend.
And that axolotl hauls ass.
He's my axolotl, and he loves to waddle. Don't you hear my song?
We've been waiting for you, Nid. The celebration is due to begin shortly. I'd hoped that we might make our introductions together, but Mistress Momodi just sent word that you were needed at the quicksand. Fuck off.
It's a mission where we gotta run.
The hero must go wherever he is needed, and according to Minfilia, you are needed elsewhere.
How about you suck my balls?
We will go on ahead, Nid. Pray join us once matters in the quicksand are resolved.
Pray tell. Oh my god, Tifa Lockhart. It's a name.
Give my regards to Momodi. Let her know that I will
Here.
call upon her anon.
You'll see her when you come in. It's Tifa Lockhart.
I mean, one of the default hero models just looks like Tifa.
Ready to go fucking Thanalan. Or I'm standing outside the quicksand.
TheNoidBag? Da-da-da-da-da. TheNoidBag.
Thanalan. Didn't even look like Tifa. Like, yeah, sure, you gave yourself, like, the hair, but you're a bitch baby.
Tifa Lockhart.
I told you, Tifa Lockhart.
Yeah, actually, like, unironically speaking, there is a closer hero model to this. Like, there's one that is closer than what they have done here.
Cool beans.
At the very least, they have picked the right class. They're a pugilist. And Tifa is a big punch girl. Italian Senator Tifa. You're friends with Crystal Brave by the name of Alianne, aren't you? Former adventurer, come to think of it. I'm pretty sure you recruited her yourself. She came around for a meal not long ago. Left, asked to give a message, said the others ended up dragging you to the feast. I was to see you got it before you made your grand entrance. Meet me at the station west of the Coffer and Coffin. There's something I must show you. A short message I'll grant you, but I thought long and hard before picking these words. Barely touched her food too. Under other circumstances, I'd have thought those signs of troubled heart, but something tells me ain't planning to confess her undying love. Oh no,
I don't know.
Sorry.
I don't know if anybody else's state has decided, but New York has been like, yeah, no more masks again.
Yeah, a lot of states have decided to do that.
So, you know.
I
USA.
think this letter that we received that's like, hey, can you come meet me? This is my guess. Given that the Crystal Braves are super corrupt, obviously, and this is a meeting of the royals and the fancy people, I'm thinking maybe we've just received the note that's like, don't come to school tomorrow. I think that something bad is going to happen in the big hour-long cutscene.
Or they're purposefully, like, telling us to go away so we're not there so something bad can happen.
Well, that's what I'm meaning. It's like they're telling us don't go to school tomorrow so the bad thing can happen, and we're the strongest person in the room.
Yeah, but normally the don't go to school tomorrow is the quiet kid trying to save somebody's life.
Yeah, and like Alianne is an adventurer that we recruited. She's like, don't go. Something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah, but
We're gonna talk to her in like 2 seconds.
I still think that they would want us to be there so they could try to kill us. Or they're like, don't be there, not so you don't get hurt, but so you're not there to defend anyone. That's my thought process.
Could be like both. Don't think so in Kansas still mask mandate. Both or neither or all the way down. As you stand upon the platform, your thoughts begin to wander, and all too soon the ghosts of comrades lost and enemies slain begin to file by your mind's eye in solemn procession. Clearing your head, you scan the horizon but see no sign of Alianne. Strain your ears to listen. You hear the chatter of Kikaran and the buzzing of Syrphids, but no approaching footfall. Sighing, you bow your head, only to notice a vial laying at your feet. She's been drugged. Laurentius. Nid, is that you? What brings you out this way? Laurentius, you were a fucking shitter before. If you've gone shitter again, I swear to God I'm gonna kick your ass even harder than the last time.
If I have to hear about the Sultan tree one more goddamn time.
Lieutenant Alian? Well, I know, I haven't seen her about. Had she come this way, I guarantee you would have crossed paths. Must have passed the spot a dozen times. On patrol, the city's environs, on account of the royal banquet, captain's orders, you understand. Speaking of which, isn't it about to begin? You should be with the other honored guests, enjoying a well-deserved respite. I pray return to Uldondid. If I chance to meet the lieutenant, I'll tell her you were here. Oh, the music playing is spooky. Oh, his face. He's not happy. He has a cell phone! Oh, that's cute. Nanamo has plushies on her bed.
Sultan tree, hallowed spirit of my line.
His isn't for emergencies? No, I'm the emergency.
Through my weakness, the glorious house of Ul has all but disappeared beneath the sands. For want of the strength to raise it up again, it were
Oh,
better
Sultan
that it
tree.
fall. Forgive me.
No one cares.
But I know not what else to do.
Just give me the 1 hour cutscene. Not that we're gonna get to it tonight, because...
Yeah, it's one of those awkward moments of like, ooh.
We might be kind of close.
Yeah, I would probably cut it close. You'll get it? Yeah, but the thing is, like, I gotta go to work at 10, right?
Ready?
Yep.
Either way.
So, like, it's probably best to not go into that at the end and be like, I gotta get to work. It's probably better to just do that, like, next time that we stream. Maybe do that just, like, Friday or something. Fucking Shepard sent me a message and was just like, can I come over and hang out tomorrow? His existence is suffering, man. You remember how his mom got into that accident where a person reamed her with the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, so now his brother was working inside of a trailer and somebody reamed the trailer with a car. And now his brother has permanent neck and spinal damage.
Oh my god. Can he, like, walk and everything, or...?
I think he's in the hospital right now. Fuck's sake, right? I think you'll still be able to do it. Got a 4 hour, 40 minutes left. True. But I think Rachel doesn't want to have to sit through it. Reckoned you to head straight to the feast after meeting with Eliane. What's the matter? No appetite. I found this, like, drug vial. She wasn't there, but this was, eh? Let's see. Looks like an alchemist vial, but beyond that I can't say. Might be best if you hold on to it for safekeeping. Yeah, Xenoblade 3 is real. It's kind of wild. Any road. No use worrying about Eliane. I'm sure she'll turn up before too long. But when she does, we'll soon find out what this was all in aid of.
Yeah, I suddenly have this thing called a mental condition in which I require sleep a lot right now.
Besides, you've got more important things to think about.
Like sleep.
Two. Would you believe that, while you were away, another message arrived for you? Well, one did. One delivered by the Sultana's handmaiden, no less. Seems her grace desires a private audience. Her handmaiden will meet you on the royal promenade and escort you to the Sultana's chambers. So what are you waiting for? Go.
Oh, well, you know, let me know, because the cutscenes are annoying me, so I, like, went ahead thinking, like, there wouldn't be that many, and there was, like, literally 7 cutscenes. So, let me know when you're done with that whole, thing.
You needn't trouble yourself, so...
I'm gonna be looking at other things.
Your grace is most kind, but it is no trouble to me, rather an honor. If your grace is ready, I shall summon the warrior of light. I am.
You're basically there, but not there, just there.
I don't know what that means.
I mean, this big cutscene is like the prelude to the bigger cutscene.
Oh.
I saw you down here. Fuck that guy. There's Raban, there's Emmerich, there's what's-her-face. And as I'm talking about that, it immediately cuts the camera to it, of course.
Everyone looks to be in high spirits.
With good cause.
A common victory may serve to unite even the most unlikely of allies. You've brought us one step
Elf's
closer
back
to a
in elf
united
form.
Aeolian.
That's a really good joke, actually.
Your modesty knows no bounds, Antecedent. Were it not for your efforts, Sir Emmerich would never have become such a steadfast ally. When he convinces his countrymen to rejoin the Alliance, we shall all reap the benefits, military and economic. I tell you, we are on the cusp of a new era of unity and
What sort of
prosperity.
economy does a area constantly surrounded by a frozen hellscape have?
Territorial disputes are all that divide us now. But I have faith that we will find an amicable solution in time.
Dragon blood? Sure.
And failing that, I'll have my trusty warrior of light box the ears of all concerned. Speaking of-
Ore's good? I guess they could have mines. Yeah, that's what Canada does.
He will be joining
We
us
have many
shortly.
diamond
The matter
mines,
of the
as well as
quicksand
oil
required his
mines, up in
attention,
the
but it did not sound
Northwest
serious.
Territories, to the point that it's causing problems. Also syrup. Yeah, Canada does supply an insane amount of syrup to the world, honestly. Hey. Guess what you're missing? You're missing Strife Cloudkun. Talking to Tifa Lockhart.
I'm fine with it.
Also, there's a person here, his name is Yara Yara Daze. That's a JoJo. Jojo. So, is this quest the one that's like, it's gonna take an hour? This cutscene is, I believe, what we call the narrative being shown the barrel of a gun. So did you do the parting glass, Rachel?
I am waiting to talk to Pippin.
I have no idea who the fuck that is.
Did you go through a shit ton of cutscenes?
No.
Like literally 7 different cutscenes? Then yeah, no, I'm way ahead of you.
So
When you
I
get to
think you skipped the hour-long cutscene.
The parting glass. I'm wanting to talk to Pippin.
Okay. I have to speak with the lady in waiting on the Royal Promenade.
Yeah, talk to her, and then you're gonna have a big cutscene. If
Most
that was
eager
the
to
hour
speak with you.
cutscene, I skipped it because I don't care.
If you require a moment to compose yourself before this audience, you may have it, or if you're ready, it'd be my honor to escort you to her grace's chambers. Upon proceeding to the Sultana's bedchamber, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety.
Yeah, well, I said fuck them, so there you go.
Do you think that I should do them right now or wait?
You have an hour and a half, babe.
I was asking for your benefit because you said you'd be done at 9.
I mean, I can still stop at 9.
Okay.
If you finish the cutscenes.
We're going in, boys. They are voiced. The sex scene between the Warrior of Light and the Sultana is not something I'd recommend skipping. I know you're joking, but, like, somebody out there.
Also, like, no offense, I don't want to watch really poorly animated sex scenes, even if there was one in here. Sorry. Polygon dick isn't, like, my go-to thing.
No, you prefer it drawn.
Yep.
By followers, primes, and viewers? Oh my god. What an amazing first message. My opinion on that is that you're banned. Misty just want to get banned and pasta? Hang on. Pray come in. Take your ease. Okay. Noid got to it first. The fastest ban in the West, I'm telling you.
Tis well that the steps of faith held against the Horde.
And what of the city proper?
We sustained some few losses.
Had to pull up mod view, then couldn't remember how to ban pasta. I'm not sure if it allows you to do it outside of mod view, but if you right click on somebody's username, it just gives you a ban, purge, delete option.
An attack on Ishgard is an attack on the realm. We stand together or fall divided.
Such noble words after the fact.
Alphino, you're being a shit.
I had hoped to speak in the presence of her grace, but it seems she has been delayed. That being the
Jokingly, I
case,
say, are we now
it
officially
seems
in
good times any.
a Realm Reborn?
We're almost out of a Realm Reborn, yes.
Honored friends,
No is true, but
pray allow me
almost
to
is
convey
the
Ishgard's
key word.
warmest gratitude for your part in the defense of our lands. Tis upon the success of this very alliance that my recommendation to throw open the gates of judgment shall be founded. With the
Okay.
blessing of the Archbishop, it is my hope that Ishgard will soon be reunited with her long-estranged sister nations, and that Eorzea shall once more be as one.
Emmerich continuing to be a good guy. He seems to always be doing the work. Alphino looks like such a fucking shit right now.
Very well.
Like, if you told me Alphino goes evil this arc, I'd believe you from this. He kind of is. I mean, he is like 16.
Is aught amiss?
Nothing to worry about. I shall return anon.
Yeah, she's a little sketched out by it too. Oh, there's Yuhase. So we know the bad is happening soon.
You wish to
'Cause
word,
he's here.
Yuhase?
Alphino will return anon. He's going to look at 4chan. That's what happened. He switched from Reddit to 4chan when his views got extreme. That's why he decided to go solo and create the Crystal Braves, because he decided that starting his own paramilitary organization was the right decision, because the people on Pol and K told him to. I remember 4chan. I've been there. I've spent time on the site. I'm so
You
huge.
must be curious as to the reason for this private audience. The
We
matter I
have-
would discuss, however,
We have
will
such
be
a
of the
problem
very
right
need for
now.
discretion.
Nanamo is on one side of the table, and I'm so big that I'm, like, not in frame.
I intend to abdicate the throne and dissolve the monarchy.
Still admirable. There was a really long frame held on this, which is very suspicious
The government
for
fails in its
anybody aware
responsibilities
of
and
the
my
Game of
subjects suffer the
Thrones.
consequences of our incompetence.
I have the bad ideas. Also, when the lady walked away, it was a long hold on her.
The victory feast shall provide the stage on which I declare the dissolution of the Sultanate. 'Tis mine intent that the ruling class of our golden city
Is her
should take its
handmaiden
place
going to
beside the
have, like,
common
secretly
man
been
in a
working
fair
with
and
Teleji?
equitable republic. No more shall this nation bow to the whims of a privileged few.
That's not gonna go great. I mean, I like the idea of the dissolving the monarchy into a republic, but, like, you're not gonna get the monetarists to agree to this.
Yet, that which I propose will entail the tearing up of this city's very foundations. And even
Like,
when
imagine
one
if you
with all
told
his
Jeff
strength and
Bezos that he
influence
was gonna
will be
have to be
hard-pressed to
more
keep
fair
his
and
footing on
equitable.
such treacherous ground. Thus would I ask you to lend him a steadying hand.
I'm just imagining some guy from Uldad just being like fucking Bill Gates, back when Bill Gates first made all of his money, and he just bought a sports car and then went speeding down the highway, and when the cop pulled him over, he just paid the fine out of pocket. He'd make a PMC to his bidding. I mean, I can believe Amazon getting its own PMC. There are companies that have already done that. Like, if you don't know about it, like, companies like Nestle and stuff like that, they 100% have their own PMCs, which fucking cause havoc in regions, so that way they can force people out and get water rights to the area. So that way they can drain all the water there and sell it for, like, bottled water and shit. It's insane. Like, it sounds conspiratorial, but those companies constantly get fined on the international stage for the horrible shit that they do.
You who have endured the wrath of innumerable foes are the one hero in whom
I mean,
can
diamond
place my
companies, for
trust.
instance, are known to do that. That's why there's blood
Will you
diamonds.
do this thing for me?
So, like, if I found out that Jeff Bezos was hiring, like, 14 dudes with assault rifles, I'd believe it.
I think at this point in time, I feel like people almost expect it, right?
He is given the Lex Luthor vibe a bit ever since he decided to go get jacked and be bald.
How much we have both changed since that day we met beneath the Sultan tree. And the days ahead promise to change us further still.
Is this line different
Hope that we will recognize ourselves when
for
all
everyone
this is
else?
over.
If you don't start in Old Odd, do you meet her beneath the Sultan tree? Because that's the starter of the game. Yes, that's really neat. Okay. Hey, who fucking called it?
Oh, is what's his face actually a bad guy?
She drank the wine and immediately is like, ugh.
Time to die.
How did Raban sense that from a different room? She dropped the cup and Raban is in a completely different room surrounded by people and he knows.
Good bodyguard.
Oh my god, they put so much money into her eyes looking teary. Holy shit. She's going down. Sound? I mean, hearing a cup fall across a room in another room when you're surrounded by people is insane. This is not going to look good, by the way. Fucking, of course, of course, of course. Why wouldn't it be Teleji Adeleji and his personal goons, the actual literal mercenaries that he has running the city, that show up and find us? I'm gonna get blamed for this, aren't I? This is why I got the thing saying don't come to school. She is too calm. The handmaiden 100% was Teleji's goon in this. She is too calm. They did get here really fast as well.
Poison in her wine?
No. No, 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 no. You can't do that. You can't look at the cup and go, poison in her wine? You have literally zero evidence.
You did this!
Spare us your denials. I see no other suspects, and the room has but the one entrance.
You see no other suspects. The room has but one entrance. Okay, but what about the woman that actually poured the wine for the Sultana, who is with you?
I hereby accuse you of regicide. Men, arrest this viper.
It is very funny, however, being arrested by a Lalafell and just hearing Lalafell voice. I'm gonna let you guys in on a secret. All three of you would die instantly if I cast one magic spell. Arresting me is a bad decision. Oh! Okay, they're turning on Alphino too.
Barring a few exceptions, we have detained all those with allegiance to the Scions. The Rising Stones is also under our control.
Okay. We've had 2 bases get invaded. I think we need better quality security. 100%. We are 2 for 2 on getting run out of a country. These guys were supposed to be our security, but they weren't really. They were a third-party organization that Alphino is going to control.
What do you hope to achieve with
We,
this
personally, the Scions, need better security.
Why, that which we have striven for all along, Commander. The salvation of Eorzea.
Prove it. Why didn't we have an alarm? Yeah. Raban, weren't you, like, able to sense a problem a second ago? Why are you just sitting here laughing? Why didn't you go check on the problem? Oh, this is straight up a coup. This is straight up a guy with the control of the military force in the city just walking in and going, I'm in charge now.
I mean, it worked, obviously.
Knights from the homeland. This cannot bode well.
Wait, what? The Ishgardians are on his side?
Lord Commander, we have received an urgent message from the Holy See. I am grieved to report that your serpentine foes have resumed their assault. Needless to say, your presence is urgently required.
Okay, not
These
quite.
knights have come to bear you swiftly home to Ishgard.
A surprise attack.
We've had no such word from our men, and the timing is most fortuitous to catch us away from the city.
Okay, at least she's sensible.
Most fortuitous indeed.
Lord Commander, we must away.
You have been a most gracious host. I hope that I might one day return the favor.
That sounds vaguely threatening.
Come, Lucia.
everybody knows something is wrong. I'm sorry, is Thancred really out here hitting up people right now?
Whatever is going on in there?
Shepard just messaged me.
Oh, yeah? What did you say?
Hey, buddy, remember when you said you'd be my wingman?
Apologize, but my dance card is rather full. Another time, perhaps?
Man's horny? I mean, both Thancred and Shepard.
Of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you stand accused of committing acts of espionage in service to the Garlean Empire.
What? That doesn't make sense. What's that charge? That one doesn't make sense at all.
Espionage? What in the seven hells are you talking about? Ah, if you're referring to that business with the Ultima weapon, then you must understand.
Oh wait, we never really explained the possession thing to anybody, did we?
Under interrogation, an Imperial prisoner revealed your involvement in numerous dealings with the enemy. We've also been investigating reports that you are a practitioner of forbidden arts.
Why did we never tell anyone about that? I feel like explaining to the other countries and all of their militaries that, hey, the enemy can possess your body if you are not careful, might have been a really good piece of information to share. Would they believe you? I mean, there's the question of it, but it's still worth telling people. Like, they acknowledge the Asians exist, we fought them. The fucking moon came out of the sky and exploded and destroyed the planet. They're not going to believe you that a ghost can take over a man's body?
You'd best come along with us.
Now, you guys are going to get your asses kicked.
You invite me to your party and now you want me to leave? I do so detest receiving mixed signals. Come then. I believe I've lost my appetite for this farce of a celebration.
I'm gonna send you this convo, because I don't think it's something we can talk about in chat.
Earlier today, he just messaged me... Hold on, what did he message me exactly? The words were weird. I gotta scroll back through, like, updates. He sent me, "What's poppin'? Chuckles on balls."
Oh my god.
Soldiers into a royal banquet and eject state visitors without her gracious consent.
Raban's getting pissed.
You treat the brass blades as your personal army.
I sent you the convo. I know you can't read it now, but...
They let all of us in here armed, in fairness, Pasta.
Is that an order, General? Mayhap you have mistaken me for one of your flames. You will find I am not so slavishly obedient. As you lecture me on personal armies. As for your outrageous claim that I have shown contempt for the throne, let all here observe that it was not I who feasted while an assassin removed its occupant. I expect this is your idea of defending the nation, is it? This and diluting our forces through these distractions in Cartano and Kurthus. I do begin to see how the ranks of the immortal
I guess I'm
flames
officially
came to be
Shepard's
riddled
wingman.
with Guardian sympathizers. You are plainly unfit for command.
Wait, goddamn you. Your words make no sense. What assassin?
You mean to say you don't know?
Which, like, again, not the first time, for some reason, dudes have come to me to be like, listen, I need a woman's opinion on how to get laid.
Well, because it's helpful to have the other you know, side of the coin to advise you a little.
It's like everything you're doing is wrong. Let me let me advise you, my dear friend.
Cannot be.
Save your breath. You will need it to plead your case. You and your entire order are to be tried for this atrocity.
You have literally no evidence, though.
Bring in the prisoner.
See, I knew fucking Yellbird was bad. I called it from the very beginning.
This man stands accused of poisoning Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Ul Namo.
And there's Laurentius. I'm gonna kick the shit out of you if I get the
All
opportunity.
members of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn will be detained for questioning.
You, I hate less than you, because I fucking beat you up the first time.
This is madness.
What a pity.
Since you're doing those, I'm going to close my eyes.
That's fair.
Should you demand further proof,
They are only alive because you let them? Yeah, exactly.
substance used to poison her grace was found upon the assassin's person.
Oh, you're fucking with me. The fucking vial was poison. This is like a 5-head scheme right here. But also, you pulled that out of your pocket and claimed that it was found on me. Why would you not leave it on me and then pull it off of me at this? That would make me look guiltier. Right now, it just looks like you had the poison.
Who persuaded her grace to host this celebration?
You know,
A diversion which presented you and your confederates ample opportunity to commit the crime, and a crowd within which to fade from view. A more convenient occasion I could scarcely imagine.
How dare you? After all we have done for Uldar.
Hold your tongue, witch! I'll not be ensorcelled. I know all about the dark gift.
I'll not be ensorcelled? What?
Oh, yes. I've observed how you worked upon the minds of the Alliance leaders, bending them to your will.
I'm sorry, are you claiming that we have hypnosis powers?
And what of your cordial relationship with Sir Emmerich? For years, Ishgard abjured all contact with the outside world, and now the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights treats you with the familiarity of a childhood friend.
Because we killed a big dragon, you absolute loser.
I'll tell you what I think. I think this desperate defense
I'm really
of Ishgard
worried.
was but a ruse to deceive
Oh.
us into dividing our forces. Your next move will be to charm your Kurthan allies into invading.
I'm really, really good at knowing if someone's getting catfished or not.
Is he getting catfished again?
I think so, because
How do you even think of this stuff?
unless this
cannot be dead.
3 business owning model is really into dorky Canadians.
That doesn't sound realistic.
Yeah.
Stand aside, Ilbert. I want to see the Sultana.
I'm
Get
trying to
ready for the best
investigate it.
part.
Spare yourself the pain, brother. I saw her with my own eyes.
Gotta not do this again.
For a mercy, the poison took her swiftly. Her handmaiden can attest to that.
Yeah, I don't.
She
Here's
also
the
has a
thing.
wedding. She also has a wedding band on.
Well,
So-
what I was gonna say is, here's the thing. It's not that I don't believe that Shepard could date a person that looks like that. I 100% believe he could. I don't believe the logical context that you've provided for me.
She owns 3 businesses and her name is Peach.
I don't believe any of that.
Yeah, she lives in Tennessee and she...
Dude, just cause I'm doing the US thing doesn't mean that you gotta calm down.
Yeah, I'm like, if all you want to do is fucking Toronto.
Princess Peach, yeah, exactly.
This cannot be.
Because let me tell you, dating across the border or in another fucking country ain't fun.
I'm fine with it.
It ain't fun. You have to go long times without seeing each other. I'm not fine with it.
Plainly, the royalists can no longer be relied upon to keep our nation safe. And so it falls to the monitorists of the Syndicate to govern Uldar. But should you wish to help us, General, we would be more than
Like, as
happy
it
to
stands,
entrust
it's
the
gonna
task
be
of
like
planning Her Grace's
another year
funeral
or
to you.
two or plus before I can even get over there, just because the attorneys on your side are stupid.
They sent me a thing, but right now I'm still waiting for a proper response. But I guess, like, they're just... one thing that annoys me is I write very commonly by just using they, them. Because it's in my brain just easier most of the time. And they're just like, yeah, you should probably just change any instances of they, them to she, her. And I was just like, that's fair for you because, like...
It's a legal thing, that's all it is.
Your gender identity. But, like, but what if the person doesn't identify with that?
Then you tell them, like, hey, yeah, they identify as they, them. But probably for, like, the legality of it. I don't know.
It seems
Just,
only
I'm gonna
right
say,
that you
just,
should
I'm gonna say
pardon
this in the
the
nicest way
precious
possible.
Sultana,
Shut up and do what they say.
glad to be rid of that burden.
Just smile and nod. Attorneys are assholes. And I can tell you this because I work with many. Attorneys are assholes, just do what they say. Shit gets
That
done a lot
is
quicker.
an extremely crafted emote.
Whatever do you mean?
They went all out on the faces in this. Oh, you're getting fucking killed, aren't you?
Killed, you black-hearted bastard!
What rot! Though I did have sufficient motive, 'tis true. That young lady caused me no end of grief. She always was a most unwilling puppet. I dare say Her Grace was grateful that someone thought to cut her strings.
Oh, you're actually going to die, aren't you?
Now I'm also just instructing him on how to take a selfie.
Oh, I fucking called it. Holy shit. Immediate karma. Hey, Rachel.
Huh.
The potato who caused this whole mess has been diced.
Oh, good.
Like, the big guy that used to have the Sultana sit on his arm like a parrot, he just got up and fucking cut the dude in half. Like,
Did it actually show?
literally, the body, they didn't show in half completely, but the legs were in one part of the screen, and the body was in the other part. He fucking got murdered. Holy shit.
You're one of them. You've been in league with
I'm gonna start charging for
Oh
my
no,
advice.
they've got the backup evil guy. Fucking Lolaritos here being a shit now.
You're next, you scheming bastard.
Oh! Oh, fuck! And Ilbert had the whole line about the arm and everything. Okay.
Seven hells!
Ilbert just cut off one of Raban's arms. And in a previous thing, he mentioned, like, cutting off an arm rather than betrayal. Oh, shit.
Admiral, we must leave.
We must leave? No, pull out the gun and shoot the Lalafell. Like, you shoot small animals all the time. This would be one time to do it well.
How unlike you, old friend. I did not expect to take your arm so easily.
I think killing a political leader of an allied nation is frowned upon. No, they killed the political leader. Killing Lolorito would be fine. That's like killing a senator. And like the Russians did that in the UK a couple of years ago. They poisoned a Tory official. And like they got caught and nothing happened. So like I think it would be fine if you shot him. And it was like, oh, it turns out he was a big criminal. Dude, I'm just gonna light all of you on fire at the first opportunity. Like, I don't even care about the Sultana as much. It's more so the fact that you're doing this to me. Like, Nanamo was nice. They were a good Lalafell. But also just, like, absolutely fuck all the rest of you. Because you made me travel around the country doing bullshit when I could have just been going to the next expansion.
'Tis better than the dirt I've supped on these long years. We can't all abandon Alamigo and become great war heroes as you have.
Well, that's a you problem.
Oh my back.
You are not the man you once were, Raban. Since that girl strapped the yoke around your neck, you've become docile. She took the mad bull and cut off his balls. And a bull that cannot rot is fit for naught but slaughter.
That's not great phrasing, dude.
Shall I tell you who really killed your precious Sultana? It was me.
Man, that's a face, huh? That's that's gonna be that's gonna be the face, isn't it? Huh.
You die!
One-armed Ilberd, or not one-armed Ilberd, one-armed Raban is still matching Ilberd, though, so, like... Jesus Christ. Okay, if Ilberd is this strong normally, like, what the fuck we doing?
Our best.
I mean, Ilberd's doing some work, too, but... This is a fucking cutscene. Holy shit.
That's why I skipped.
Not for a moment.
No, like, this is a good one.
That's why I skipped.
Flee this place. Clear your names.
Are you gonna tank everybody while you let us get out?
It is the only way. Now go!
He's doing it. Raubon is a fucking Giga Chad. He did spec into Gladiator, true. Raubon never pumped up to Paladin, but he did spec all the way to a level 90 Gladiator.
Some people do it.
Thancred, where have you been?
Thancred's been kicking ass too.
Avoiding the fumbling advances of some very persistent admirers.
Yeah, okay.
When I realized the celebrations had turned sour, it seemed prudent to slip away and take stock of the situation. 'Twould appear that much of the city is already under tight guard. It occurs to me that expanding the Brass Blade's authority may not have been such a wonderful idea after all.
The success of this plan was contingent upon those thugs having the run of the place. Just how long has this scheme been in motion?
The careful preparations, the maneuvering of forces. I am inclined to agree with the general.
Hey, can I ask a question? Why are we stopping and not continuing to run?
Plot.
So, would I be right in thinking we now have an excuse to pummel as many brass blades as we like?
That's correct. We are now allowed to beat up the guards.
Unless you plan on pummeling them all, I'm not sure that will greatly aid our cause.
I can do it.
The Sultana's assassination was but one part of the scheme. We too were its targets. And though we did not share Pornonimo's fate, we are yet hobbled by the charges laid at our door. Where now might we seek refuge?
Where indeed, we may safely assume that our foe is thought to have the Rising Stones watched.
Forgive me for stating the obvious, but our choice of destination will matter little if we cannot secure an escape route out of Ul'dah.
Also, did anybody tell Urian J? Because he's not here.
Happily, I believe I can provide one. Papa Shan once told me about the passages hidden in the walls of the palace. If I recall correctly, the fireplace in Animo's chambers conceals the entrance to a tunnel.
That would make sense. A lot of historical tunnels in fireplaces did exist. Oh, we got a bunch of losers showing up.
The rest of you go on ahead. I'll handle this lot.
A rare good Lise, or not Lise, Lise is the other character. Ida moment? Lise is the fighty girl from Stormblood, right?
By yourself?
I'm mixing up my punch girls.
Ugh.
And I know that one because of that. Wait, now I know that name because of watching the Stormblood trailer 2 or 3 years ago, which is weird. This is the problem with me getting into Final Fantasy XIV. I know little bits of every single expansion because of following people. And I don't remember what any of them mean. But I know enough to know that there's bits. I'm sorry, you're also staying there?
We will hold our pursuers here. Hurry, now. Find this tunnel of Thancred's.
What is bits? I know names of people. I know certain classes that existed at times being new things. Like, I know that Alice has a sword, but she's a magic girl right now. I know that there's apparently 2 punch girls, but I don't know why.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah, what's up?
I need you to actually have a conversation with Shepard where it's like, don't give people money. Because someone sent him a message and it was like, oh my god, my daughter hasn't eaten in 2 days, and it was just a picture of her empty fridge, and I was like, sucks to suck, don't give anyone money.
I literally just sent him the sentence, don't give people money. Yeah, I know enough about Final Fantasy to be confused about Final Fantasy. It'll make sense later, I'd assumed. I know that there's like a big dragon at one point. Okay.
Now look what you've done.
I don't see why this matters. That's a big focus on the eye. Everything will make sense there? Exactly. Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay.
Ida, are you alright? There are just too many of them.
I'm getting confused about the fact that there's two... That was her favorite mask.
Fine. I could do this all day.
I'm getting confused about why they're staying behind to fight this when we could have just, as a team, kicked this small group of people's ass.
Plot!
Literally what it is, yeah.
I'm not looking forward to my roommate's birthday.
That's fair. I think Heavensward might be the expansion I know the least about besides the actual goings-on in Shadowbringers. Because I know nothing about it, but it's the most recent trailer that I have memory of, because that was years ago and almost got me into Final Fantasy the first time. Because I remember the sentence Warrior of Darkness, and I was like, oh, that's fucking radical. And then I almost started playing, and then I didn't. I think, like, Rachel and I talked about it back then, and then we played that one time, and then never again. You know, I'm actually really interested. I want to see the texture on the gauntlet weapons again.
'Tis hardly the first time, and I'll be damned if it will be the last.
What was that? No, wait, what? Why don't I have this ability? BS? Why don't we have buffs for our teammates like this?
I was hoping you'd say that.
Super Saiyan? I mean, they are blonde under there. He gets a custom job. Your mom lets you have a custom job? See? That'd be sick as hell. To be able to buff other people to do Black Mage magic attacks when they do an impact. That'd be cool. That's the Monk LB? The Monk LB is you fucking summon, like, a meteor and explode everybody?
I never knew such a watercourse existed beneath Uldar.
The architecture is of the Sildine style, if I'm not mistaken. The ancients plainly foresaw the need for a ready means of escape.
This way!
Why does Thancred have a mug of beer for a lantern?
Well, that didn't take long. It seems these tunnels were not as secret as I'd hoped.
Shepard's message to me just was, thanks, man, and then asked me about you wing womaning, and then said, I haven't giggled at all lately, by the way. And it's like, yeah, he hasn't, but he also did say chuckles on balls.
You two, go on ahead. Thancred and I will deal with this.
Yeah.
I can't.
What do you mean to do?
That's all. I just can't. I'm hot.
I know.
Only that which is required to ensure that the dawn's light survive to brighten the morrow.
I'm not attractive in that way.
You haven't seen the last of these fair features.
I'm a solid 5 out of 10. Could be better. Could be worse.
Shepherd is a thing, I guess. Or Shepherd is a thing. Yeah, I guess that's true. That's how that sentence was supposed to go out. He says some shit, dude. Like, that's his thing. Is he says the things that normally a normal human would not ever word.
Again, let me eat your eggs.
Yeah.
Leave us.
Why are we doing this? Why are we doing the anime splitting up thing?
Plot.
What is the plan, milady? Shall I take the dozen on the left and you the dozen on the right?
Because this is an anime.
Numbers will count for little when I bring the tunnel down upon their heads. Though I cannot say I relish the thought of being in tune with you for all eternity.
You tell the story
You wound me. I will have you know that many a maid would kill for the chance to spend forever at my side. Now, may I have the last dance?
You're canonically only level 50 here, and so are they. And they have more than you'd be able to kill if they got you. Not necessarily. Being level 50, you were still really strong. Oh, that's a problem, actually, though.
Sorry.
Well, this is going splendidly. Now would be a good time, milady!
Tis done.
He actually took an arrow to the knee. He did. What in the fuck is she casting?
Forgive me, Mitra.
Some stupid shit. You're all saying farewell, but none of you are dying. You're, like, favorite characters from the original fucking game. Like, you're not dying. I would appreciate my staff back, though.
Heidelin, she speaks to me. No. I must remain behind, but you cannot stay with me.
Minfilia is going to stay behind.
Please, you must go on. You are the warrior of light. You are hope for the Scions and for all the realm. As long as your flame continues to burn, the light of the dawn may ever be relit. You must
Press X to
escape
doubt.
and save Eorzea from those who would plunge it into darkness. Tis the only way.
I was correct.
That they're catfishing?
Yep.
No shit.
I don't want to say I have a knack for that sort of thing, but...
I mean, if a photo's, like, professional looking, that's a usually good sign.
Yeah, maybe not.
Why would you just start walking now? Yeah, just keep running, dude. Oh. Okay, hello.
I am glad to see you safe, my friend. What of the
Alphino,
others?
what are you wearing? I know it's the clothes you've always worn, but oh my god.
Damn that man! Teleji played me for a fool.
He played us like a fiddle.
Brave's mine till the very moment I felt the blade at my back.
You're also like 16.
There will be ample time for soul searching.
Why does his hood have goggles if he has goggles on his chest? Don't worry about it.
Double the goggle. It's like
And who the
like
fuck
Kingdom,
are you?
Like Kingdom Hearts logic, where like the more zippers you have, the more powerful you are.
Well, would you look who it is?
Oh, it's this fucker.
I doubt it'll be half as exciting as the last trip we took. Not if I have
This
anything to say about it anyway.
Yeah, the guy we literally rode into town with. Like, from the beginning of the game.
Let's not dawdle, eh? All aboard! I was stocking up on supplies over in Vesper Bay, you see, when your sister come up and begged a favour. Said her brother was having some trouble in Uldar, and likely needed a helping hand getting away.
Alice is the reason we got help?
I decided to try there first. And lo and behold, there you were. Aye, and judging by them soldiers as we're pouring out of the city, I arrived not a moment too soon. Ha! Must have been fate that we happened to find you there, though, eh?
I had thought to look out for Alize, but would appear she was the one watching over me.
It just did the thing where it skipped like a couple of words again.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
And who might you be, young sir?
That was the question.
Pippin Tarlpin, Vice Marshal of the Immortal Flames. I had been on the Alamegan front these past few moons, but an urgent communication called me back to Uldar.
Okay.
Scarce had my boots touched the cobbles, though, when the streets erupted with cries of assassination. I immediately went in search of answers, and came across Master Alphino here. Needless to say, I did not think his imprisonment justified. The blame plainly lies with the Monitarists. Their greed and corruption are well known to me, but for them to take advantage of the situation with such alacrity...
Wow, you saw through that right away, huh?
Was that Pippin, you said? Ain't that the name of General Alden's lad?
I'm sorry, what?
Yes, I am his son. Adopted, of course.
I was gonna say,
that I learned her father's fate.
that would be something else. So Pippin, the Lalafell, is Raban's adopted son.
Once I have seen you a safe distance away, I mean to return to the city and extricate him from this madness.
Part of me thinks that Shepard should take it easy.
Shepard needs to take it easy in general, yes.
Like, focus on himself before...
I dreamed of bringing about Eorzea's salvation.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just here.
I'm surprised that conversation's still going.
Yeah, sadly. Well, it's just all of the women that I told him, hey, I think these are catfishers are asking him for money, and I was like, told you. I don't like to say I told you so, but... I was like, make it so it's only in... I'm like, isn't it weird that someone who looks like that from Los Angeles is trying to reach out to you in Toronto? Like, they usually go for people in another country so they could use the excuse like, oh, I need plane ticket money, I need fucking bus ticket money.
Misty, he's not looking for a sex worker. He might be saying that he just wants to, like, hook up with people, but it's Shepard.
No, he 100% is looking for someone that's like...
Like, he might want a more casual relationship right now, but he still wants one.
Yeah, I think he's looking for a friends with Benny's thing. Where it's like, you still have the companionship, but like, if you want to get your dick sucked, you can. Which, fine, there's nothing wrong with that, but you need to be smart about it. And...
Okay, that was a fucking cutscene. And we're still not in the next expansion.
Yeah.
So you had stopped at the parting glass speak with Pippin.
Yeah, I am literally looking at Pippin.
Okay.
So stop.
That's where we'll stop for now. And we'll continue on. 1.5. Wouldn't that mean it went up? Because, like, weren't we at, like, 2 and then, like, the parting glass is, like, 1? Is it 0.5? Or is it just we're not done yet? I think we're still on 2, technically, right?
Well, on that note, I feel gross, so I'm gonna go take a shower.
That's fair.
So toodles.
That ended up being almost 3 hours exact, so that's perfect. 1.69. I hate you people.
Bye.
Fate joined.